Yep, that's me. As you'll see in a second or two, I was just about to change the camera view. Now, the last time I used the Insta was to do a time lapse when that ship was coming in with the tugs in the Portland Harbour. Well, have a guess who forgot to put it back on the normal video mode. What a prat. As you can see, I had a short ride out to Portland Builder Day because the weather was nice. It was election day in the UK, and the thought of 5 years of Labour being in power had cheesed me right off. But then we've just had 14 years of the bloody Tories, so can it really get any worse? They're all useless no matter who gets in. I don't know, I got me doubts. I think we've got worse to come somehow, but we'll see. Now, the Bill is a lovely place to just sit and take in the views. It can be a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde though. On a flat, calm, beautiful day, you can sit there and watch the boats gently go by. Or if it's blowing a gale, you struggle to stand upright as the waves crash against the rocks and splash seaweed tasting water in your face. Now, this is Pulpit Rock. Now, stupidly, as kids, we used to jump off the top of that down into the water. There was something in particular out there though I wanted to show you. Now, there's a nice little beach hut village out there where people can buy what's basically a garden shed and site it there with all those lovely views. The majority of them stay in the same family and rarely come up for sale, but currently there are two on the market. One very similar to this blue one, but I couldn't find the actual one that's for sale. And then there's this, the creme de la creme, the deluxe model. So how much did you think it'd cost you to buy? Well, first off, you've got to buy the shed. Then you pay around £500 a year to lease the land it's on. If you want to change it, extend it, you need the express permission from the landowner. If you sell it later on, you sell it, and then you've got to give 15% of whatever you sell it for to the landowner again. So come on then, how much do you think they are? What about the blue one? 10,000? Nope. 20? Nope. One that size is currently on the market for £40,000. And what about the creme de la creme? Well, this little beauty's up for £50,000 at the moment. And I bet you that sells in no time. Dead centre of Portland. That's my idea of humour, as it's a cemetery. Four of them stood there. It's a gate. It's a gate. Don't think it's a gateway with a view either, saddlebags. But yeah, one more thing to show you on the way back. A little bit of history of Weymouth. Cracking day though, folks. That's really bloody weird because, as I think I've said it before, growing up over here as a kid, when me and my missus got together again, because we went out together at school in Weymouth, I moved over to here and we met again when we were 17. Married at 18, first nipper at 19. I think we had 4 by the time we were 26. Told you there was nothing to do on Portland. Right, so this next thing that we're going to see, let's give you a little bit of the history. I think it was way, way, way back in the English First Civil War. And I think the two sides then were, I hope I'm right in saying this, parliamentarians and royalists. Weymouth wasn't one big town then. It was a few different areas. So you had Weymouth with its port, and then you had Melcombe, which is now known as Melcombe Regis. Now you're going to think I'm a bit of a pervert at first, because when I pull up, you'll see me lingering around outside of a ladies' toilet. One of the most ridiculous junctions on British roads this is. They used to have a massive roundabout. Can't really go wrong with the roundabout, can you? And for the Olympics, they've done away with all the roundabouts and stuck these pieces of shit in. Now, supposedly these are intelligent, these traffic lights. When they originally did this junction, that area there you can see in front with the arrow pointing to the right, they didn't have arrows on them, so it was a bit of a guesswork where you had to go. So you get cars, now this lot coming over from there. Now that, as you're looking at them, the left hand lane, see this car's waiting there, so he's waiting to go over there. But also, any cars that are coming the other way, they basically go almost head on with them. You've got to have eyes everywhere. The accidents that have happened there, absolutely crazy, ridiculous amount. Right, so not far now, just over the town bridge. As I say, I'll if I can, I'll get off and take a photo, because I can probably zoom in better with a photo than the video. We'll see. Now that in front of us used to be a church. A developer bought it and put in for planning permission, which was refused. And not that I'm insinuating anything, of course. Shortly after, it caught fire, gutted it. So that's the Rafa Club I was on about. There's the ladies' toilets. But if you look up there, you can see the cannonball. Now Weymouth's got its own official beach and harbour history trail. And exactly where I'm stood is a plaque buried in the pavement that tells you about it. And it says, just below the top window of the building opposite is a cannonball lodged in the wall. While the cannonball may be a replica, the damage originates from the time of the Civil War. Now there is stories that the original metal cannonball was taken out just in case it fell out and hit somebody. Perhaps it's been there all that time waiting just to drop on somebody who stands around outside ladies' toilets.